Imagine this, you're 24, first real job, and after 2 years of waiting, you finally buy the phone. The good one. The one you've been opening and closing on your screen for months. 6 months later, you get a better job from a better company. The kind of jump that changes your next 10 years. But there's a catch. For the first 6 months, it pays less. And you turn it down. Not because you didn't want it, because on the 5th of every month, 19,000 rupees in EMIs leaves your account automatically. And you can't afford 6 months of earning less. All of it started with that phone. Now, maybe that's not your story. Great. Then these should be really easy. Question 1. That phone in your hand, is it yours or are you just holding it for your finance company? Question 2. When you bought it, which number did you look at first? Be honest, the price or the per month? Question 3. And this one's rude. If that phone gets stolen tomorrow, does the EMI stop? If you had to think for even 1 second on any of those, this video is for you. Because something has quietly changed in this country. We stopped asking what does this thing cost and started asking how much per month. And an entire industry has quietly rearranged itself around that one question. Sit back. Let me tell you a story. Meet Nikhil, 24 years old, first job in Pune, 42,000 rupees in hand every month. Life is fine. And for the last 8 months, Nikhil has been waiting for one specific phone to get cheaper. Because that's what we've all been taught, right? Wait for the sale, wait for the next launch, wait 6 months and the price will drop. So in March, he waits. In June, he checks again. The price went up. Now let me explain to Nikhil what nobody explained to him. Your phone's price is rising because of AI. Seriously, the memory chips inside your phone are made by the same 3 companies, Samsung, SK Hynix and Micron, that make memory for AI data centers. And data centers pay far more. So the factories shifted their capacity there and the memory phone went into shortage. The numbers are shocking. In early 2026, memory chip prices almost doubled in 3 months. Think of it this way. Out of every 100 rupees it costs to build a mid-range phone, memory used to take 10 to 15 rupees. Now it takes more than 20 rupees. In budget phones, closer to 40. That cost had to land somewhere. It landed on Nikhil. Gartner expects phone prices to end 2026 about 13% higher than 2025. IDC expects the average phone price worldwide to hit a record, around $523. In India, brands have already raised prices anywhere from 500 rupees to 8,000 rupees. Nothing CEO Kalpe publicly warned that memory costs could rise 5 times over, and brands would either have to raise prices by around 30% or cut the specs. And here's the part most people miss. Some brands aren't raising prices at all. They're quietly cutting instead. Less RAM, less storage, cheaper cameras, same price, less phone. IDC calls this a structural reset. In plain words, this isn't a temporary spike. Prices are not coming back down. So Nikhil's plan, I'll wait for the price to drop. For the first time in a decade, that plan has stopped working. So in July, he walks into a store. The phone he wants is 1,20,000 rupees. Nikhil earns 42,000 rupees, which means this phone is unaffordable. Simple. The salesman doesn't argue with him. He doesn't offer a discount either. He just turns the screen around. Sir, 36 months, 4,999 rupees per month, no cost EMI. And just like that, an unaffordable phone became an affordable number. Now understand what actually happened here, because this is the whole video. Normally, when prices go up, sales go down. So the industry found a shortcut. They didn't make phones cheaper, they made the monthly number much smaller. Here's a counterpoint research data. Financing, meaning NBFC loans and card EMIs, is expected to cover 42% of all phone sales in India in 2026. Last year, it was 35%. In the premium segment, roughly 2 out of 3 phones are already bought on finance. And of those, about 67% go through NBFCs, not banks. And the tenures keep getting longer. 6 months became 12, 12 felt too big, so 24. And now in 2026, Indian retailers are actively pushing brands for a 36-month no-cost EMI plan. Because flagships have crossed 1 lakh rupees and 24 months no longer makes the number look small enough. So let's stop for a second. A 3-year loan on a device you'll probably want to replace in 2. Samsung has gone even further. There's a program where you pay roughly half the phone's cost over 12 months no-cost EMIs, and then you return it, keep it, or upgrade. It's clever, and for some people, genuinely fair. But notice what it tells you. The phone is quietly becoming a subscription. You're not buying the device anymore. You're renting access to the newest one every year forever. Now let me break a myth for you, but fairly. No cost EMI is not a scam. The interest is real, somebody pays it, just not you. The shop or the brand pays it to the lender out of their own profit. In the industry, it's called a subvention. Why? Because a smaller monthly number sells far more than any discount can. It works so well that they'd rather hand the bank 8,000 rupees than cut the price by 8,000 rupees. But no cost doesn't mean zero cost. The cost leaks out in 3 places. 1. GST. On paper, the bank still shows some interest even though you never pay it. And interest gets taxed. So you pay 18% tax on interest you were never charged. 2. A processing fee. A few hundred rupees plus GST on that too. 3. Foreclosure charges. That means if you try to close the loan early, you get charged for closing it early. Plus GST on that too. On Nikhil's 1.2 lakh rupee phone, all of that adds up roughly 1500 to 2000 rupees. Compare that to a regular 15% EMI, where he would have paid over 10,000 rupees extra. So yes, no cost EMI genuinely is the better option. But that's not the real cost. The real cost is what that screen did to Nikhil's brain. Because the second the number changed from 1,20,000 rupees to 4,999 rupees, he stopped comparing the phone to his savings and started comparing it to his salary. That's the switch. And the entire industry is built to flip that one switch. That 1,500 rupees wasn't the price of the loan. It was the price of upgrading Nikhil from a 40,000 rupee buyer to a 1,20,000 rupee buyer. Now look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you EMI is bad. That's lazy. Ask someone, can you afford a 1,20,000 rupee phone? They'll say no. Ask the same person, can you spare 5,000 rupees a month? They'll definitely say yes. Our brain thinks in months. So anything cut into monthly pieces feels small, which is why in November, Nikhil buys a laptop, 11,000 rupees a month. Reasonable. In January, a watch, 3,000 rupees a month. Each one is reasonable on its own. Altogether, that's 19,000 rupees. A second rent. Miss one payment and the calls start within 2 days. Miss more and your CIBIL score takes the hit. And that's the part that actually costs you money later when you're negotiating a home loan rate. Now coming back to Nikhil, he never missed a payment. He was careful. His problem came from somewhere else entirely. After a year of working in his first company, he gets an email. The better company, the bigger role, the jump he's been waiting for. And a starting salary that's 8,000 rupees lower for the first 6 months, before it goes well past what he earns today. Nikhil does the math. 42,000 rupees comes in, 19,000 goes straight out on the 5th. Rent, food and travel take most of what's left. There is no room for 8,000 rupees less. Not for another 6 months. He says no. Nikhil didn't buy a phone. He sold his own freedom. Now let me argue the other side, because if I ended the video here, I'd be doing exactly what every other finance video does. And never take an EMI is simply not true. There were 3 questions Nikhil could have asked in that store. 1. The cash test. Could you pay the full amount today in cash and still have your emergency fund untouched? If yes, no cost EMI is genuinely smart. Your money stays in a safe fund earning 6 to 7% and the phone gets paid off on the lender's timeline instead of yours. You're using their money while yours keeps growing. If the answer is no, you're not financing anything. You're borrowing to spend. 2. The 5% test. Your phone EMI should stay under 5% of your monthly take home. Want the simple math? If the EMI is 5,000 rupees, your in-hand salary should at least be 1 lakh. Nikhil's was 42,000 rupees. That's the 19,000 rupees. That's the job offer. 3. The earning test. Does this device make you money from day one? A creator, a photographer, a field sales rep, a delivery partner. For them, a phone genuinely is an earning tool. Maybe I'll start a channel someday is not the earning test. That's a want wearing a business costume. 2 years later, Nikhil finished those EMIs, took the next job offer and the one after that. Today, he earns 78,000 rupees. And last month, he bought an expensive phone again. And this time, he did it right. Because 5 things changed. 1. He bought 1 generation old and bought it earlier. The gap between last year's flagship and this year's is smaller than ever. The price gap is huge. But remember, with prices climbing, wait 6 months for a discount is getting weaker every year. Older models are being discontinued or repriced upward. Decide, then act. 2. He spent extra on storage, not on the model. Storage is the thing that brands are quietly cutting. A cheaper model with more storage will outlast a fancier one that's full in 18 months. 3. He took refurbished very seriously. India's refurbished market is expected to grow around 12% this year for exactly this reason. A refurbished last-gen flagship at 25 to 40% off is mathematically the best value in the market right now. 4. He took the shortest tenure he could handle. Never the longest one offered. The longest tenure exists to sell you a bigger phone, not to help you. 5. He planned for 2 years. Set up auto debit, read the early closure charges before signing, not after, and brought the phone he'd still be happy with in year 3. So notice something. Nikhil still has an expensive phone. It's just that now the phone is actually his. There's nothing embarrassing about buying an expensive phone. If you've earned it, enjoy it. You're 25 only once. The problem is that we've been quietly moved from owning things to subscribing to them. Phone, laptop, TV, furniture, each one a small monthly number. And one day the salary arrives already spent. So the question was never iPhone or not. The question is, are you buying the phone or the monthly number? Understand that difference and you'll be fine. That's the whole video. Tell me in the comments, how old is your current phone and are you still paying for it? Let's see how honest this comment section is.